Right, look, we've got to bring back to talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook. There was some news for us because Newcastle have just issued a statement of their own in response to Isak's statement earlier. Crookie?
Yeah, if this wasn't a saga already,
Wow.
it certainly is now. This is Newcastle reacting to that bombshell Instagram post from Alexander Isak, where he talks about broken promises and the loss of trust. The Newcastle statement begins by saying, "We are disappointed to have been alerted to a social media post by Alexander Isak this evening. We are clear in response that Alex remains under contract and that no commitment has ever been made by a club official that he can leave Newcastle United this summer. We want to keep our best players, but we also understand, say Newcastle, that players have their own wishes and we listen to their views. As explained to Alex and his representatives, we must always take into consideration the best interests of Newcastle United, the team, and our supporters in all decisions. And we have been clear that the conditions of a sale this summer have not transpired. We do not foresee those conditions being met. This is a proud football club with proud traditions, and we strive to retain our family feel. Alex remains part of our family and will be welcomed back when he is ready to rejoin his teammates." So this is really picking up what I told you at 10 tonight, that Newcastle stance unchanged despite that Isak statement. He isn't for sale and they're ready to welcome him back into the fold.
Wow.
I tell you what, and Alex, you still, Crook, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I love the way that, and by the way, it's an excellent, really well written and crafted.
That final paragraph.
Yes, but also as well mentioning the fans. That's powerful as well because it's the family. But basically, they've said you're not part of us right now, but you're welcome back. To mention the fans, I think is really smart and clever from them. Mention the supporters.
Well, the fact that they've said that he's part of the family, family, and he'll be welcomed back when he's ready to join his team, mate.
They're basically saying that the most important thing is Newcastle United, right, and the supporters, so they're putting them first. Basically, the way I've read it is, you're not doing any of that, but we are. And I think that, again, I think that's just driving a wedge, but I think it's a beautifully crafted message, actually. And what more can they do?
They don't want to get rid of him. They don't want him to go. Simple as that.
I know, but come on. It's like, it does feel like a marriage where, someone's saying, look, come on, please love me. Come on, come back and love me.
Do you think it's a bit weak?
No, I don't know what more Newcastle can do. And they're under pressure to release a statement based on the back of what Isak's written. I agree with the previous call. It's
Crookie. I asked you that question earlier on about whether he's at Newcastle. Him playing? Do you think that's still is it? Do you think he's going to be at Newcastle and play?
I think he'll stay. I really do. I think they're gonna hold firm here. I think they can turn around to him with a clear conscience and say, look, we've tried to replace you. They tried really hard for Hugo Ekitike, and then Liverpool came in and stole him away. They tried even harder for Benjamin Šeško. They were really aggressive in their pursuit of him. He's ended up at Manchester United. And I think they will turn around to him and say, look, there isn't a replacement out there. You're under contract. You're our player. We're not going to sell you.
Actually, they're right. Fact, you can't get away from it. Factually, they're 100% right.
And also, Jason and Jamie, it's a World Cup year. Alexander Isak has the same ambitions as any other footballer. He wants to be playing at the World Cup. He wants to be the main man for Sweden. Yeah. He can't do that.
He wants to be the main man for Liverpool.
But he can't do that if he's sat in the reserves. So come September the 1st, if he's not...
I don't know who else they got. No disrespect.
Who
else have they got? I mean, it's not like they got Haaland waiting around the corner and ex-Alan.
He could go on loan to Dorking Wanderers, mate, and still probably end up playing in the World Cup.
I'm being a bit facetious, but yeah.
you two are brutal. But listen, I agree with you, Jason. I think it's a good statement from Newcastle, bearing in mind, as I told you a couple of hours ago, they weren't prepared for this from Alexander Isak tonight. They didn't know his was coming out. They've reacted really quickly, and I think they've got the tone right. I think
they've got the tone right.
Listen, they're a fantastic football club. You can't get away from it. It's just a shame that a bigger football club in Liverpool wants to take their best player, and they've made it damn well sure that
so here's the next question, right? So Liverpool are following this closely, as we all are. What's their next move then? Because
we've got to go 130 million.
Well, maybe Newcastle playing an absolute blinder here, right? Yeah. And saying, look, cough up, or
we're keeping him. We don't want him to go.
Yeah,
we don't need to sell him.
What do Liverpool do now? 130 plus add-ons. Just added 10 million during the show, Jay. We're not very good businessmen, are we?
They're not going to go that high. And I've always been under the impression they had that obviously initial bid rejected. I do think that was closer to 120 million than 110, by the way, when you take into account the add-on. So they're willing to pay a British record fee. They've made that clear. But what they don't want to do, Liverpool, is get into this cycle where they make a number of bids that get rejected and it becomes a bit of a circus. So I still think they only bid again if Newcastle soften their stance. At the moment, that isn't going to happen.
Liverpool haven't come out of this particularly great either, have they? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's like you've made a bid. How bad do you want the player? You knew the price. Newcastle set it. And everyone knew 150.
I know, mate, but it happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, of course it does. But we got to this stage now.
Spurs tried to sign Morgan Gibbs-White and paid his release clause and still didn't sign him.
Yeah, I know. But they went back and got a new contract, right? Isak. Imagine that if Isak signs a new contract.
Yeah, he signed a new deal, mate.
I don't see that happening. No.
I don't know what the answer is, though, because he's got 3 years left. So if he does stay, next year he's got 2 years left. Right?
Hold on a second.
You know, like he's gonna have to. He will have to sign a new deal.
Hold on, let me work that one out.
He'll have to sign a new deal. He'll have to sign a new deal.
The release clause.
He'll have to sign a new deal. He'll have to, because he ain't going to stay on that money, and he ain't going to play for Newcastle on what he's on. So if they don't sell him, he's going to have to sign a new deal.
That'd be outstanding stuff.
Yeah. Well, look, maybe Newcastle are saying to them, we are a big deal. We ain't having it. You're staying.
$400,000 a week.
Crookie, top man, mate. See you later.
Cheers, Crookie.
Cheers, boys.
All right. Another reminder, talkSPORT live and exclusive commentary. That game between Newcastle and Liverpool on Monday night. Keep your calls coming in. We've got
amazing.
We're going to have to continue taking them. 03717 22 3344.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.